sending me the emails. Blackberry buzzing and he wanna know the details, cause he heard something about one of the shows, about one of the females stripping all of her clothes, saying, who the fuck is this sloppy at my house party? Slurring all the words, getting on my nerves. We having a good time, but she's spoiling it. Give it up, pouring it. She probably the one who doo-dooed on the toilet.
What's going on, everybody? Today I've got on a new group out of New York City. True to Life Music joins me. Guys, what's up?
What's going on? Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so just basically, you know, I usually ask my guests this, but what's been good with you guys, maybe on the non-musical side of things?
Okay, first off, we'll just introduce ourselves. I'm Slangston Hughes. I'm Kitty Words. I'm Precise. And we're True to Life Music, based out of Brooklyn, New York. And pretty much outside the music, we've been really heavy into the video production for this project. We've been working on several videos, and by that we mean we direct our videos. Mm-hmm. We write the treatments, we do the production aspect of it, we edit them, we film them, we direct them. So it's a pretty intense, all-encompassing process with us and our visuals. So we've been working on about 3 videos that we have ready to release. We released Daily Math already, and we have 3 other videos that we've been working really hard on that are going to be released within these next couple months. And that's been taking up a good portion of our time creatively outside the music, in addition to things like
we also been working on a TV pilot with one of the directors we actually worked on a music video with.
Mm-hmm.
So we filmed the whole TV pilot that we're in different levels of post-production and selling it right now. So we've also been working on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, you know, I saw the Daily Math video is tight, and it looks like, you know, obviously if you're doing every aspect of that video, and every, you know, not only just the video, but also obviously the music aspect too, you know, you talked about producing and everything. So, you know, what really goes into, like, making a video like that, especially when you're doing every aspect? Because sometimes, you know, artists, they have, you know, they might do the musical aspect, you know, the emceeing aspect, but then they don't necessarily do everything else. So what makes it, you know, doing a production like that when you cover all aspects of it?
Well, one of the things that's up, because, you know, it starts with the idea. So you have to creatively, you know, come up with an idea that's going to translate visually that, you know, you'll also be able to accomplish. Because, you know, you may not be able to do the high-quality alien fight scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, there's ways, if you could pull it off, there might be ways you could pull it off while still, you know, staying under budget. I like to try to stay under budget, even though sometimes I'm a big spender. But anyway, I mean, it just takes a lot of organization. You got to, like, organize anyone who you're, you know, subcontracting to help you, whether they're going to be doing lighting or makeup artists, models, and actors, and, you know, your mans and them, location. One of the most recent videos, we had, like, location issues we had to sort through, and we're just, you know, it just requires communication and keeping your head on a swivel and just being like a production beast, you know, taking care of everything as soon as possible. Also, you know, the more good people you know that can help out with different things, you know, your friends, your family members who may be able to provide bodies for different things, you know, that all helps too.
You guys dropped the, you know, project-wise, you guys dropped the Every Dream Has a Price. You know, what was the whole thing that you were going for with that? I did get a chance to cop the mixtape and listen to it. Really dope. But, you know, what were you guys going for when you, you know, musically, like a lot of people, you know, they have a message or whatever. What were you guys trying to convey or go for during that project?
Well, it's not you. You got an advanced copy. You know what I mean?
Oh.
We haven't it to the world yet.
Well, I listened to it. It was dope. So
Thank you.
Good look. But
it's coming soon. We're thinking like first week in April. But it's probably pretty much our most like advanced kind of collection of music that we put out to date, and we're really looking forward to releasing it to the world and seeing the reaction it has. Because for the most part, we just wanted it to be, you know, as the title kind of would invoke, it inspiring. So we want people to be inspired by it, motivated by it, and use it to help them go about, you know, their everyday lives.
Yeah. It's like Every Dream Has a Price. It sort of embodies like a sort of totality of, you know, what people are going through, because it embodies both your hopes and aspirations, but also your struggles and your shortcomings. Because it's like, you know, it just represents that anytime that you're trying to achieve something great, there's going to be a cost to it. Whether it's monetary, whether it's the fact you don't spend time with your friends or your family, there's going to be some element in your life that needs to be sacrificed to achieve something greater. And basically what this is pretty much chronicling that in the time period for us. Like what we're trying to achieve, it has a price in terms of our time, our availability for other things, and just, the regular sacrifices that we just have to make to achieve our dreams. And it's about pushing and powering through it, accepting that fact that, everything isn't just all roses and great, but within the struggle, there can be that happiness within that too. Like, who said it's the beautiful struggle?
Talib
Kweli said it. It's pretty much like the beautiful struggle. Every dream has a price.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, you guys are from that like kind of the mecca of hip-hop music in New York City. So, how has that maybe influenced your music? Definitely have like that sound. Definitely when I've heard you guys, maybe just what does it mean to be from New York City?
I mean, it like you said, it's the mecca of hip-hop. I mean, it's the birthplace of hip-hop. So everything spawned from New York City. Everything came from out of here. So, I mean, being from New York and listening to hip-hop growing up, we've heard, we're obviously influenced by the greats coming out of New York, the Nas's and the mega groups, the Public Enemies, and the groups out in the greater New York area, Naughty by Nature, EPMD, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, like all these different Wu-Tang, all these different like 50% hip-hop groups all play an influence on the music because we've been listening to them since we were kids, and obviously we build on that creatively, and we take it to we use it as influences, and we take it to new levels.
Yeah, it's definitely funny that you say Public Enemy, because I was listening to your music and it was like, okay, this is like totally like Public Enemy based, because I can really hear like that sort of political message in your music. Maybe what are you guys what kind of message are you trying to convey from? And is Public Enemy maybe something, maybe like a neo-Public Enemy? Is that maybe something you're going for, or what's the kind of message that you're trying to convey in your music as a whole?
I would say that first and foremost, we represent ourselves, because the fact of the matter is we're young black men who are in a group together trying to accomplish something, and we're just trying to represent the fact that we're dynamic individuals. Because a lot of times, as an artist, or even more so as a person, on the face value, you're going to be put into a box and say, this is what I perceive you to be, this is who I think you are, this is your ceiling. Whether I'm going to put you in the space of an intellectual, I'm going to put you in the space of a gangster, a street dude, whatever. We're just here representing. We shatter all of that because we're dynamic. We're ever changing, we're evolving. So we're just trying to represent that to the world, because the world doesn't see that. They usually see people like us in one set space, one set image. Either you're this or you're that. And our thing is pretty much embracing just the dichotomy within us. It's not a contradiction, because it's just our lives. This is like how we live. We're street oriented, yes. We're intellectuals, yes. We're not all serious all the time. We party, we're just like dynamic people, and we like our music to evoke that, while also not being afraid to express, real feelings about how we see the world. We really have a point of view. And I think a lot of music sort of misses a point of view. We have a point of view, and we want to get it across. And it's a varied point of view.
And we want people out there to challenge the norms. You don't have to be subjected to that and accept it. You could challenge what's around you, and you could challenge the normal things that you see. And that's what True to Life does. We want to put things in perspective for other people that think like that.
Yeah, and also, what made you guys want to get into hip-hop originally? Obviously, you're very passionate about it. So what was some of the maybe things that you wanted to do to maybe get into hip-hop? What made you want to get into it?
Oh, a lot of things. Is everything from, we met in school, so a lot of our early experiences were, doing freestyles before going out to parties, or, we used to DJ parties at school, and like, just like the reaction you get, the feeling you get when you're making it, all of those things combine, and then when people start, really taking it seriously, taking you seriously as an artist, just an outlet to express yourself. I feel like we're all just like highly creative people.
Having fun.
Having a really good time doing this music thing. And, at the same time, we're also, intense business minds. So all of those things combined, and it only made sense.
Yeah. And like, because first and foremost, we're fans of the music, and the culture. We go up with it, we love it, we embraced it, and we remember how certain things made us feel. Certain artists, certain songs, certain, how the music made us feel just being engulfed in it. That's why we attack all different aspects, from DJing to, it wasn't, just rap, from DJing to producing, whether, breakdance or graffiti, we just were in love with the culture. And I think now, as we grew as artists, we want to give that same feeling to ourselves and to other people who are just coming up listening to music, the same feeling that we felt about why we fell in love, with this thing called hip-hop, this music and this culture. So we fully embrace that because we started as fans first and we love the music, and we're trying to pay that forward through our voices,
Mm-hmm. And one day, there'll be some little kids listening to us and be like, yo, we want to do that when we get older.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really interesting as you say that, because I do not hear that from many hip-hop artists at all. It's just like the fact that you guys want to represent the culture of hip-hop, not just music, but the dance aspect, graffiti, everything else. So how important is it to you to represent the whole culture? Because a lot of people, when they think hip-hop, they only think of music, and a lot of times they only think of MCing.
Yeah, because I understand it, because hip-hop is a big business. Whenever it's $1 billion business, the commercial aspect is going to be at the forefront, while the cultural aspect is going to be at the back. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, we love hip-hop, and we also want to, make money from it. It is commerce to us, but we respect it. You have to respect it. We know what we got in there for. It started off with a passion. It started off with a love. I think that's important because that's the engine that keeps you going. Because if you're doing it, because if we were doing it when we didn't have shit, when we didn't have any money from anything, but we were still doing it because we loved it. It was the passion. We wanted our voices to be heard, because we figured, what other vehicle do we have to have our voices heard? And we have fans from Poland, we have fans in Japan, we have people that are from Russia, from Brazil. What other way can we, what other avenue will we have to get that response from people besides this thing called hip-hop? It gives us a voice from, whether it's our bedroom or a studio, out to the world. And it breaks down language barriers, cultural barriers. Hip-hop is just a uniting force in the world. And, we respect that. But we also respect the commercial part of it, getting commerce, because we make money from it. But we're never going to, I think it's wrong to just be like, it's just not hustle for us, because it's rooted in the passion, it's rooted in the love of hip-hop. So
it's such, a ubiquitous genre. Hip-hop is everywhere. So it's right for us to do it right. You have to be brand ambassadors for hip-hop, because it's everywhere. And we're not trying to be out there faking it, doing it just for, superficial means and stuff like that. We're out here doing it because we love it, and that's what we are.
How would you describe maybe true-to-life music to somebody who isn't quite familiar with your work, or, if someone wanted to, hear something about you, what would you tell them? What do you think, maybe, or you want somebody to say? Like, what would you want somebody to say about you?
Well, we have a wide range of influences. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I feel like we combine a lot of things to create who we are. And I think one of the main things I think people will take from us is that, we're passionate. We're like, we have the ability to tiptoe being larger than life while still being down to earth. Because, when people see us, they see how we interact on stage, they see our chemistry, they're like, wow, these guys are just like, fun guys. And I think that's one thing I would want people to take away, that, we're just like cool guys doing it, having a good time. But then at the same time, we have a message, we are serious, we are passionate, we have something important to say. And with our words and our ideas and our style, we could make an impact on the world for the better.
It's going to be music that, you could ride to. It's going to be music you can party to. It's also going to be music you can get aggressive, get angry to. It's going to be music that's going to, be thought-provoking. So it's going to be everything that we are as people in the music form.
And to build on that question, we produce all of our music, so we make all of the actual tracks. So we produce it, we record it, we engineer it, we mix it. So we're in total, complete control of the creative process, and we just take from anything, whether it be, whether it's rock, whether it's punk rock, whether it's alt, whether it's R&B, whether it's, world music, whether it's it could be Caribbean rhythms, it could be anything. We're just a sponge for music. We listen to it, and we can take it and put it through our filter, sample it, replay it, and then just put it out to the world, with our edge to it. So we're just pretty much, we're open to music, we're open to sound, because we're like sound architects. We produce all our music, so we're not waiting for anyone to send us a beat, and then we gotta, okay, this is a hot beat. No, we can just create it from scratch and say, what do we want to say? What type of feeling do we want to convey? What sound do we want to convey? We can start it from that inception and build around it, together. And I know a lot of the way that a lot of, things are structured now with sending tracks back and forth, a lot of people don't have that ability. So we definitely cherish the ability to start from ground zero, and we literally create from scratch. So the world is open for us, and there's any possibility. We'll yap up anything, any sound.
So when you heard the album, you heard, every single beat, every single drum, everything was played by us. It's all us. So when you listen to True to Life music, you hear, our grandchildren.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a huge part of it. And I mentioned earlier, it's just to have the creative control aspect. Not only, it's not, people say that, I've got control, and it may be well, they have control because they're independent artists, but the fact is you literally have control over everything because you're in control of every aspect of the process. Because there's a lot of processes to, making an album. It's not just, the emceeing part, and it's not just the producing side. There's a lot of, different things that actually are controlling. So, yeah, absolutely. But anyway, guys, Concise, K-Words, Langston Hughes, which is a dope name, by the way. Thanks a lot for joining me tonight. Go actually get Every Dream Has a Price when it actually comes out, not when I get an advance copy and listen to it. But it's definitely dope, I can tell you that. Guys, thanks a lot for joining me today.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Paul. This is one of our best interviews ever.